You flinch lightly as you feel a warm cloth around your shoulders. You turn around and saw Tae smiling warmly. Oh, Tae-young-shi. You were surprised after seeing him here. What are you doing here at this time? He asked and stand beside you while enjoying the cold breeze. I can't sleep so. He nods and both of them went silent. But you broke it again. Do you live here also? He looks at you and nods. Where? I mean, I didn't see you in the house. He chuckles and points to the small house beside the mansion. When I first came here, Mr. Jeon said that I do not need to up and down from my apartment, so he gave me the keys of this little house. Isn't it so nice? You nod, also thinking that your father is so kind. Well, what are you doing here? Can't sleep either. He chuckles and looks forward before taking a breath. Well, it's my habit to take a walk before sleep. It makes my body refresh and calm. You're right, it really makes calm. There was another silent moment. No one was saying anything, just enjoying the cold breeze. That was blowing their hair slightly. Tae looks at you. You were smiling and looking up to the sky. He doesn't know what to feel about you. And how can you act so normal after knowing Jungkook's behavior? He's also angry with him, but he can't do anything. He can't interfere in their family matter. He quickly look away as you were about to face him. Since when you're working here? You asked another question to erase the silence. He cleared his throat before saying, 4 years. You were surprised. 4 years. It's so long. He chuckles. Isn't it? Well, it's because Mr. and Mrs. Jeon are so good with me. They consider me as their own son, and that's the main reason why I am still here. Tae-young-shi, can I ask you a question? You said nervously. He hummed. Well, why Jungkook hates girls that much? After that question, here another silence took place. It's okay. If you don't know, then I won't force you. You said, smiling. Lightly and clinching your cloth, Tae sighed and faced you fully. I know, but, you know, I don't want to interfere in his matters. Don't take me wrong. But it will better if he tells you that by himself. I am sorry. You sigh. But manage to smile, making him relief. It's okay, Tae-young-shi, don't be sorry. I can understand. He smiles and again starts to look forward. Well, friends? You said and stretched out your hand. He looks at you, then to your hand, and smile widely. He grabs your hand and shake it. Friends? You also smile brightly, happy to have a friend who will always be there with you as a friend, as a brother. So now you're my first friend, Tae-young-shi. He frowns. You didn't have any friends before it. You shake your head, making him little sad but happy too. It's okay, from now I am your friend, and stop calling me Tae-young-shi. We are friends, so you can call me Tae, V, Tay, or anything you like. You smile, nodding your head. Then they talked and laughed more, and after that both went to sleep. Next morning, you were preparing breakfast with Mrs. Jung. She was looking at you again and again with smile on her face. Today, you're looking happy, she asked. You look at her and smile. You know, Mrs. Jung, I've finally made a friend. She smiles widely after knowing the reason of your happiness. Oh really? Who's that lucky guy? She asked curiously. Tae, you said excitedly. Oh, so the lucky guy is Tae. Well, my blessing is with both of you. Thank you, Mrs. Jung. You smile. Then they talked randomly, laughing. Jungkook walks down while fixing his tie, but he stops on his track when he saw you laughing with Mrs. Jung in the kitchen. After staring you like a second, he shakes his head and sits on the chair. Mrs. Jung, my coffee? His voice echoes, making both of them stop talking and look at him. Yes, she said. You quickly take the cup and pour the coffee in it before walking to him. You put the cup on the table. He was busy in his mobile. Then he looks at the cup. He closed his eyes as he noticed that it was you who brought coffee for him. Mrs. Jung, I said you to bring coffee for me, he said, looking at her coldly. She nods and quickly brings another cup of coffee. You just look at the cup that you brought for him. You bite your lips, feeling hurt. And you take the cup and throw up away. He pushed the cup, making the coffee spill on the table. Mrs. Jung gave him another cup and took the previous one, and wiped the table. You step back and turn your heels to go, but he said something. And stop caring about me. You didn't say anything, just walked to your room to take your bag. so you can go with him to the company. Moments later you come back again but frown as he wasn't there anymore. You look at Mrs. Jung who was cleaning the kitchen. Mrs. Jung, where's Jungkook? She looks at you before answering. He's already gone. You were so disappointed. How could he go alone without taking me? Now what I do? I don't even know where is his company. I think I should take the bus. You sigh and bid goodbye to Mrs. Jung and walk out, but you surprise when you see Tae standing against the car while looking in his mobile. Tae? He quickly looks up as he heard your voice. He smiles. What are you doing? Well, I am here to take you with me to the company. Don't you know that? You shake your head. It's okay. Now let's go, I will tell you everything in the car. You nod. B opens the back door for you and you get inside. Then he sits on driver's seat and they drove off. Tae told you what Mr. Jeon said, and Jungkook didn't have any problem with it. And of course he doesn't want to go with you in same car. So you mean from now you will take me to the company and take me back? Yeah. He answered shortly with a smile on his face as he glanced you from the mirror. It's mean, you're my bodyguard also driver. You said. Yes, and friend too. You forgot this. You laughed. Yeah, I didn't forget it. Well, how's theirs employees? I mean their behavior. You asked nervously, making him chuckle. Don't worry, they're not bad. Besides, you're going to be their boss, so you don't need to worry. And if anyone bully you, then your bodyguard will be here with you, aka me. You can tell me. You laughed and nodded. Here we are. You nervously rub your palms as he stops the car in front and left the company entrance. He walks to your door and opens it for you, then. They both went inside. You were awkward as everyone's eyes were on you. Tae, why they are looking at me like this? You whisper. Well, I think they are confirming. You frown. That you're their boss's wife. Your eyes slightly widen. What's with this reaction? He looks at you weirdly. So everyone knows that I am Jungkook's wife. I am doomed. I don't think they're gonna be nice to me after all. They're all his employees. Maybe they've known that. He's not happy with this marriage. You thought. Tae looks at you worriedly as you sighed heavily. Are you okay, Ed? You don't feel okay. You look at him and shake her head. No, I am okay, Tae. I was just thinking about something. He nods and they walk further where all employees were working, but the employees stop when they see you. Look, isn't she our boss's wife, Jeon? They start to whisper while looking at you. Some were smiling, some were shocked. Because how beautiful you were. Some were looking at you in disgust. Because you were Jungkook's wife, they were jealous of you. You start to feel nervous because you were not used to it. OMG, she's so beautiful, isn't she? She said in excitement while grabbing her own hands and shaking it. Why the hell she is here? Some other lady said while looking at you with hate. But their attention went to their boss as he said, you came, honey. You were shocked as he called you with that. Most important, he was smiling sweetly that no one can say he's not happy with that marriage, or he doesn't love you. Tae puts his serious face as Jungkook showed up with different attitude toward you. Honey? You mumbled, not believing on your ears, if they heard it right or they just mistaken. Jungkook walks to you and pulls you to him by your waist, making his employees wooing. Your heart was beating so fast that it will jump out any time or make everyone hear it if he didn't stop this. I was just waiting for you. He tightened his grip around your waist and looks at everyone. So everyone, meet my lovely wife, Jeon. Your heart skipped a beat on his words, and that lovely word was feeling so warm to your heart, like he meant it but he didn't. He's just forcing himself. You finally came back to your realization that he's just showing off. He didn't mean anything. He just didn't want to show other that how much he hates you. Boss, she's so beautiful. You're so lucky to have her. She said, smiling widely. Jungkook nods and tugs your hair behind your ear, making your heart go crazy than before. Everyone starts to wooing and talking that how much romantic their boss is. And how he's caring and loving you. You were looking in his eyes as he was also gazing you down with his mysterious eyes, that you can't read. His smile was making you believe on everything he said, but his eyes were saying something else. They were making you come into reality, that he didn't mean anything. Oh, our boss so romantic. She said to her friends who were also smiling. You look away from him, making him also look away. Tae, can you call Mr. Kang? Tae nods and calls him. Jungkook smiles at everyone. Okay everyone, I hope you will take care of her, and one more thing. She's my personal assistant, so you can ask if you have some problem with work. I am sure she will help you guys, right honey? He said, squeezing your waist up. Making you nod slowly. He smiles and satisfied and pulled you with him. Okay, now continue with your works. Everyone nods and starts to do their works. As Jungkook came into hallway, he immediately left your waist and move away from you. You bite your lips, not surprised from his action. Don't take any words seriously, I didn't mean anything. You look away from him, and he walks away without even telling you where you need to go. You sighed heavily and started to look around to find someone. What happened? You jump from his sudden voice, and turn your heels to face him. Oh God, you scared me, Tae. You said, putting your hands on your chest, making him giggles. I am sorry. Well, where's Jungkook? As he asked, your smile again faded, and with your that reaction he doesn't need to ask more, as he already understood. He sighed, then looks at you. Let's go, I will show you your cabin. You nodded and they went to your cabin that was just beside Jungkook's. Wow, it's so big. Am I gonna sit here alone? He chuckles and nods. It's sad. Then I won't have anyone to talk and I will be bored. You said cutely with a pout, almost making Tae burst out of laugh. That won't happen. They both look at the door and your eyes almost popped out, which made him smirk widely.